mucus.
Oba Femi versus Jey Uso, Io Sky versus Liv Morgan. We got all that fallout from the King of the Ring semifinals. We got Night of Champions predictions. We got all that and so much more right here on this brand new episode of Off the Mat, your new wrestling obsession. Welcome in for Dom. I am Matt. We are ready here to tickle your ear holes with everything professional wrestling related. Dom, how's it going, my friend? What's new? Has professional wrestling treated you right this week?
Yeah, pretty much so. I not for anything, Raw was a okay show. It wasn't it wasn't the best, but it was an okay show, and NXT,
you think so? I thought Raw was a snore fest.
It was, but there was some things in it that were pretty good. At the end of the day, man, we're going to be getting, hopefully, Night of Champions. There's a lot of predictions that I want to talk about Night of Champions. Hopefully, we get some reveals, some surprises, upsets, and things of that nature that could potentially happen moving forward. But it's been actually a busy week outside, too, just the work-wise, getting ready for 4th of July next week. It's like, wow, can't believe July's around the corner. We're 6 months in.
Believe it.
6 months in the new year already coming up. So very, very, very crazy. But we do have a PLE dropping this Saturday afternoon. So we definitely got something to look forward to. And you know what? SmackDown was taped, and it looks like they had some pretty good matches that were on that show that they had going into the PLE. So tomorrow we'll see.
It's already spoiled. I already know.
Yeah, I know.
I already know what happened. Apparently the whole episode was leaked on X already. Yep. You can watch all of SmackDown on X already. Look at this guy. Can be in the chat, but can't be on the show.
Exactly.
Well, Raw was like a bus ride. Smooth, bumpy, and then smooth again.
Hey.
I don't know.
It's kind of like
his balls.
People's sex life, but that's okay.
Hey-o. Hey-o. Look
at that. It was leaked on X and the Instagrams, the YouTubes out there. So, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about a couple of things.
Hey, why would you have a debut?
Exactly.
On a taped episode of SmackDown.
Exactly.
From a European country.
Exactly.
And when you know there's going to be leaks out there.
Exactly. Why couldn't they do that on the PLE? But we'll talk about that as today. We'll talk about that later in the show.
Oh, man, it's clearly a slow news day in professional wrestling.
I know it is. That's what I'm trying to say. That the
breaking news. The Hardy Boys reportedly signed the butt cheeks of a TNA fan for a future tattoo. That's your news story this week.
That's awesome.
The Hardy Boys signing butt cheeks.
Hey, listen.
The Hardy Boys literally clapping cheeks.
Exactly. Butt cheek. No boob autographs,
Literally clapping cheeks are the Hardy Boys.
Yeah. But got a couple of things to talk about. Dirty Dom sheets. There's some things that I read, but the big thing is our picks for the PLE, Night of Champions.
I want to start off tonight talking about King of the Ring.
Okay.
And I guess I do. I was like, I don't know if I have a rant in me tonight, but I guess I kind of do. Got a little bit of a shoot here. Let's talk about King of the Ring.
Okay.
All right. Let's talk about the final. And let's talk about how, what?
Thank you, C7 Go.
Hey, Chuck in there with a big $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Chuck. Appreciate you for stopping by and hanging out. That donation. Jey Uso.
Yep.
Oba Femi.
Yep.
Javon Evans and Jey Uso had a hell of a match.
Yep.
Hell of a match. Javon Evans sold that rib injury that he got from Braun Breaker's spear.
Yep.
Why? How are you going to ruin this King of the Ring already? You know, like the King of the Ring, there should be excitement in it. I don't know what the hell's going on. There should be excitement going on in it. It shouldn't be so predictable. Why the hell? You know exactly the moment Jey Uso won that match, he's winning the King of the Ring, and you know exactly what's happening. Why do you even go to the pay-per-view? Why do you even have to spend the money? And WWE wonders why people wait till the end of the last minute to buy tickets for these PLEs. And then they wonder why people aren't buying tickets blindly for WrestleMania when they don't have a set card.
You know,
bullshit like this. From all rumors, the audience, your strongest professional wrestling crowd is in London. Every time they go to London, that crowd is absolutely electric.
Exactly.
Monday night, they weren't. That was probably the lowest energy London crowd I've seen in a long time. And apparently Friday night, they couldn't even sell it out. They were tarping sections of it off because they couldn't sell tickets for it. And it was so boring that they started showing the soccer match for the World Cup in the arena on the Jumbotron before the show even started.
There's some things that probably might
the turning point for the better is coming.
It could be, but you know, right now we have to look.
No, because we're going to talk about something in the off the top rope segment where that it just shows you that Triple H is ignorant to all this. And there's no better coming.
Look, this is the way I see it. As much as we hate that Jey is here in the finals, and we know that Jey is going to win because of shenanigans that's going to happen, and that the match, he's still one of the leading people merchandise. He still gets the crowd going. He's
sold out at Fanatic. His meet and greet at Fanatic Fest sold out. I know.
Yeah. So this is why he's up in front. Look, remember I told you last week, he is. Do you think he could be the modern Shawn Michaels, compared like breaking off of the Usos and being that single competitor where you love to hate him, that he's always going to be there? Like, look, no one expected him to win the Royal Rumble. No one expected him to win the championship last year. Nobody expected him to go to the heights that he went, or where he's at now. No one expected that. You know, like I said, LA Knight was supposed to win it. Was supposed to win and go to the final because he was supposed to be your king of the ring because they were going to push him. But because of his ring etiquette that he has a lot, he messes up. Definitely messes up. Like Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker was on top of the heap. The future, they were going to push him belt, but because of all the stumbles and bumbles in the ring itself, kind of take a back seat. Jey may not be liked, but he's making money for the company.
Here's the thing. I don't even dislike Jey Uso. I like Jey Uso.
Well, I like him.
The problem is I don't want to be force-fed Jey Uso. Jey Uso did nothing to deserve to win King of the Ring. It's like his cousin wins the world championship, and then all of a sudden he just gets everything handed to him. What about Jimmy? What's Big Jim get? Why is Jey being? I feel like I'm being served liverwurst with Jey Uso, and he's just fucking shoving that shit. He's on top of me, mouth open, just fucking shoving that shit in my fucking throat. That Jey Uso fucking shit right down my throat. I don't want that. Give me Jey being there for a legitimate reason, and I'm okay with it. I'm good with it. I like Jey Uso.
Look,
I think Jey Uso is a great talent.
Jimmy's the better in-ring talking on the mic. He's there, and he's funny as hell. Look, this is the way I see it. Everybody's saying, "Oh, we're getting this whole regurgitated bloodline story again," and this and that. Because remember, the bloodline story ended abruptly without any means of the way it was supposed to end when it did. So the way I see it, like I told you, Jey wins the belt, the swerve. He's not going after Cody. He's going to go after Roman. And that's going to be a SummerSlam match. Figuring that's going to be Jey versus Roman. this is where this is. And look, now you're throwing Solo back in the mix. So there's gonna be a deceit in the bloodline. You're gonna have some freaking people turning on Roman and breaking off and being their own thing.
I don't think he is, man. I don't think he is, because there's not a ticket seller. You have a 2-night SummerSlam that has to be on par with WrestleMania. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso is not a WrestleMania match. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso isn't even a WrestleMania match.
No, it's not. But what's going to happen is, I'm just telling you, this. Look, they already said that Roman's hold the belt, so Jey ain't winning. But the whole fact is, there's going to be some kind of backstabbing shenanigans happening.
Only saving grace, because we know what's happening. The only saving grace is if Brock Lesnar, if they do an angle where Brock Lesnar takes Oba Femi out before Oba Femi even gets to the ring, and they have to replace him, and it's announced that his replacement is CM Punk, and we get CM Punk versus Jey Uso in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament, with CM Punk winning to go over to face Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, but if you want to get real, say they wind up putting LA Knight back in the mix.
Six says, I think the turncoat will be Jimmy, not Jay.
Yeah, you know, and I'm thinking there's going to be some shenanigans, but there's going to be another faction breaking off of the bloodline. That's going to be, because look, Roman's going to hold the belt. They looking at that possibility of The Rock versus Roman in WrestleMania, and if they don't have that, Oba Femi versus Roman Reigns. So there's your two options in WrestleMania. So that means Roman Reigns is holding the belt until WrestleMania 43.
Well, I mean, we could be seeing something happen, because there's a big spoiler of an event that took place on SmackDown regarding Solo Sikoa. So yeah. I don't want to ruin SmackDown for people, but there is something huge that happens on SmackDown tomorrow night with Solo. So
yeah. So, but let's put it this way. Oba Femi, we all know Brock is coming out, but who's to say that a freaking LA Knight doesn't come out and interfere and have shenanigans on both sides? Because now you got to look at it this way. There's a lot going on now, and SmackDown, you know, not to like you said, not to spoil SmackDown, there's a match in that thing that could affect Oba Femi too, for other individuals. So this is what I'm trying to say. This could be a complete. I might get a crazy like an ending to this King of the Ring, and it might you know how much I like friggin' all these crazy things happening, people jumping in the ring and fighting, and I love like these big melees. We might get some kind of a melee at the end that turns heads, which could be really cool. But
I really think your night one final, your night one main event is Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. Your night two main event is going to be Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso. That's where I'm going, because you got to think about it. Jey Uso is not going after Roman, because that leaves Seth Rollins without anything left to do. Because if they're having a cage match in Saudi, him and Braun Breaker, that's kind of the end of their feud, right?
Yes.
You don't really elevate it past the cage
Yes and
match.
no. But there's a key to that. There's a key to that cage match. A return of a certain somebody could interfere, and Seth can lose.
Oh, Bronson Reed?
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say. So that could be the shenanigans we get with that cage match. But let's stick with the final. Look, Oba Femi versus Jey. You know, they're definitely pushing Jey, because, like I said, Jey is their moneymaker. They make a lot of money off Jey. You got Roman, Cody, Jey. Jey is like number 3, or with the.
I think Punk's a merch mover more than Jey Uso.
Punk is up there too. LA Knight still sells merchandise up there too, and now Oba Femi stuff is starting to like take off. We're going to talk about Oba Femi later on too, for other things too. But like I said, how about this? How about this crazy angle? That you get this crazy melee.
Cowgirl.
You get this crazy melee at the end of the King of the Ring, and the King of the Ring doesn't even happen because disqualifications, because both sides is craziness going on, and nobody wins. That they have to have SummerSlam. You can have, but you see, you can't have Oba Femi because Oba Femi could be fighting Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. That's your SummerSlam match, because remember, that's the retire. See, like you said, you need something. You actually need Oba Femi to win because he has to have the belt. So you can have the belt to freaking career match. But they could be working on something that actually could be better than that last man standing. With that last man standing, last man goes home type of shit. But
I'm trying not to lose my shit right now.
I listen. I know the frustration.
No. I'm not talking about anything you said. I just saw some news, and I'm trying real hard not to lose my shit right now.
News on something.
It's a new era.
Oh no,
changing.
No.
It's gonna change the foundation. Now, from the mouth of Paul Triple H Levesque, Night of Champions is going to be a unique moment in time. No, it's not. Your shit is so predictable. It's so safe.
You don't
You're a
think that Triple
toddler
H is sitting there watching
playing
right now?
with Play-Doh.
Triple H is sitting watching our show right now.
There's nothing that's going to be unique about it. Everybody knows. Everybody's known for 3 weeks what your final of the King of Ring is going to be. Everybody has known for 3 weeks what's going to happen. Unless you're going to have what's the surprise going to be? Like Danhausen's going to walk out with a bunch of little people and take out Oba Femi. Oba Femi's going to slip out a banana peel and a dildo's going to go up his ass, and then
Oba Femi actually wins.
Jey Uso's going to fucking pin him.
How about Oba Femi? If Oba Femi actually wins and LA Knight friggin' interferes, and Oba Femi wins, and then you get Brock Lesnar coming out.
For what though? To do what? Because then you're gonna have what, the stupid idea that's going around of Oba Femi fighting both nights. He's gonna fight Brock Lesnar night 1 and then fight Roman Reigns night 2.
You could, because it gets into a something I have to talk about with the Dirty Dom sheets. So,
Man,
all right. Look. Let's put it this way. Let's just take it that it's going to be unique. It's going to be different. It's going to be game changer. It's going to be groundbreaking. Night of Champions. Let's take it at that.
What's up, Eric?
What's up?
Eric, what's going on, buddy?
What's good, Dom?
Yeah, so we're getting this rant with the Jey Uso and Oba Femi finals that we all know what's going to happen. And now Triple H just came out and said that it's going to be groundbreaking. It's going to be a new era.
A unique moment in time is what Night of Champions is going to be.
So what is your take on this final?
Talking about for me?
Yeah.
So for the men's finals, it's kind of up in the air because everybody's predicting, of course, a Brock Lesnar interference.
Yep.
And if that's the case, what's Roman gonna do for SummerSlam if Jey wins and goes to face Cody?
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins.
He's got nowhere to go after this, because you're ending his feud with Braun Breaker and Saudi because they're fighting in a steel cage.
But Bronson Reed might be interfering in that match, so you have him. So
even if Bronson Reed interferes, you're ending it there.
No, you're not, because he still wants his lick back from Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
The thing is that if Oba wins, people are speculating CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. Ever since that interview on the Mania after Raw after Mania. And if we're trying to go something special for SummerSlam, having a guy wrestle two matches in 2 different nights. One against Brock, then one for Roman the night after. That's kind of a big deal, so to speak.
But we all know that Roman Reigns ain't losing the belt anytime soon. They're holding on the belt. But see, that's the thing. They want WrestleMania 43 the possibility if they can't get The Rock to fight Roman, Oba Femi versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 43. That's what they're trying. So we might not get Roman Reigns versus Oba Femi in SummerSlam. And that's the thing. There's a lot going on. Like CM Punk can come back and be integrated into the King of the Ring and win. You know, like I was telling Matt right now, I said we might get some crazy melee at the end where both disqualification, the whole match gets disqualified.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have Oba Femi. Of course, you have Brock Lesnar probably coming out with Oba Femi. Then you might have LA Knight trying to come out with, Solo. So LA Knight Solo. And then think about it. Jay's going to have each member of the Bloodline come out to try to help him win that. So Oba Femi is going to be batting off Solo.
He can't. Roman gave the order. Jay's got to do it on his own.
I know Jacob Fatu, but I'm just saying you don't know what's going to happen. He has to do it on his own. But there will be shenanigans. Jimmy will probably come out. And these are the things. And then you got Brock Lesnar. But then after the events of what happened in the SmackDown on Friday, the taped episode of SmackDown that's leaked all over the place, we could be getting some potential Vision interference too, because like who knows? Like
I love your theory crafting, but let's be honest, man. This is Triple H. This is WWE. They're gonna play it safe. They're gonna take the safe road. So it's going to be Brock Lesnar taking out Oba Femi, Jey Uso winning, Jey Uso challenging Cody if Cody's even champion, which I hope he's not.
Yep. It's nothing.
And then you're gonna have Roman Reigns probably versus Seth Rollins. And that's going to be the safe because, like I said, you have to look at SummerSlam as their second biggest show of the year. It's on par with WrestleMania. That's why it's a 2-night event. So you have to have matches that are WrestleMania quality on SummerSlam. Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns is not WrestleMania quality. Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes isn't WrestleMania quality.
What about Jey Uso versus Sami Zayn if he wins the belt?
They have history there, but that's interesting to me to go that route. For sure.
That's the most interesting route to go to.
But and like I said, unless Brock is going to take out Oba before their match even starts, and CM Punk is going to be dropped in that spot and beat Jay to go face Cody, what do you do? And
that's the thing. You know, there's so many angles that could possibly hang. You know, this is the one thing I can honestly say. You know, we can catch the predictability on a lot of the matches. But sometimes things like this, I like this, that we don't know which angle things are going to go. Yeah, I know Triple H wants to play it safe, but sometimes the mystery and the mystique of certain matches, you know, you can't tell. Because at the end of the day, you know that execs and people that watch social media and watched all the wrestling YouTubers and stuff like that get ideas. And if somebody's on the track of an idea that's predictable, they might just change it up and pull the rug from underneath the people's feet. And
you got to think too, though.
Yeah.
Putting Oba Femi against Roman Reigns now, you create another problem because now who's going to beat Oba Femi if he beats Roman Reigns?
Exactly.
I think they're going to build Oba Femi up. He's going to get taken out by Brock Lesnar. They're going to do Oba Femi Brock 3 at SummerSlam. Oba's going to win the Royal Rumble, and he takes the belt off Roman at Mania next year, which I hate because I don't want Roman to hold the belt that long. I don't want Roman to be champion until Mania next year.
Exactly.
I hate these year-long championship runs. I liked it better when championship, there was some predictability there. You never knew any given Sunday moments of when somebody's going to come in and win the belt off somebody. And now you just are scared to do it because you don't have anybody waiting in the wings to challenge Oba Femi if he beats Roman. Roman's kind of like that next mount. You could build Jacob Fatu up to that, but they kind of neutered him.
Well, they did, but actually, if you last week when he freaking attacked this guy, the comedian, the actor,
Eric Andre.
Yeah, that's the wild side. Roman knows what he has, so he unleashed the demons. And I still think you see now after that happening. Does that make the Bloodline a faction again? A freaking heel faction? Because we don't know. Because Roman first said no, and then he did it, and he goes, do it again. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Is LA Knight going crazy that Adam Pearce is not in the pocket of Roman Reigns? So there's a lot of different scenarios that can go on. Like, look, there is definitely something big in the works with the bloodline. You know, anything can happen. Look, remember, you said Roman told Jay has to do it on his own, right? And we're naming all these names. Who's to say that Zilla Fatu doesn't show up? Because Zilla Fatu is not part of the bloodline. He can come out and do his thing, and then Roman is like, yo, what's up with this? So there's a lot of things that can happen going into because I think there's going to be some surprises for the Saudi show, and we're gonna.
I mean, I would hope not, because I would feel bad for Solo for Zilla, because if they're going to debut Zilla in Saudi Arabia, he's going to get the Royce Keys treatment. Nobody's going to know who the fuck he is.
Yeah.
No, I actually think they know who Zilla is. Zilla's been making a lot of rounds in the Indies, and people know who he is. He's actually
Indies.
The Indies. They don't get. You got to remember, they don't get indie professional wrestling over there. They don't get AEW over there.
But I actually think he's bigger. I think Zilla's is more popular than Royce Keys.
I don't know, man. I don't know that fourth rope and
I don't. But
House of Glory make it out there.
Well, that being said, that could be one of the big surprises with that. Hey, look, at any given day, we could have something big happen. You know, look, the rant is Jay is there again. The predictability of Jay winning. And like I was saying, Jay makes money for TKO, merchandise sales. He's still popular for the crowd. The crowd really engages with him. That's why he's there. And that's why they're going to keep shoving him down our throats. Like they kept shoving Roman Reigns down our throats.
I mean, technically they still are.
Exactly. And then eventually people love Roman Reigns now because they did it right. They took a backseat. So this might be the same thing with Jay.
Did they do it right, or did sympathy fall on his side and get people behind him? Because before he announced he had leukemia, they were booing the shit out of him. And when he came back, everybody was on his side.
He friggin' ate dog food, man.
They rode that wave.
You know,
and after he took another hiatus, then he came back as tribal chief character.
Yeah,
that's when people started to love him because it was more natural.
So basically, like, give or take, Roman gets a high ovation when he comes out, gets a crowd pop when he comes out. So that's the thing. Right now, the bloodline is making money for TKO, and they're gonna shove the bloodline down our throats any which way. You got like 19 members of the bloodline running in both shows. They're gonna be going, and you're gonna add more members down the road, and it's gonna become. So look, Eric, remember when the bloodline ended abruptly?
Yeah.
That like there was like no like. So they're continuing the story that they should have continued when.
How is it an abrupt ending? If Cody beat Roman and finished his story and Roman dropped the title, he's got no power anymore.
But then you had Solo come in, and you had Solo friggin' bring in all these friggin' these people that were savages. Jacob Fatu, all these criminals that Roman wanted to keep away. They brought him in. You had your story there. Roman still didn't come back. You had Paul Heyman getting thrown to a table by Solo, and then you had Solo having his own group. The MFTs, before they became the MFTs, he had his own thing going. You didn't have that storyline where Roman came back and Solo was like, yo, you lost your power. We're taking over. You didn't have that story. You didn't have that. Continue. Roman took a big
lost your power. We're taking over.
But anyway, I don't know. Look, let's see what happens. You know, let's see. Maybe we'll be surprised. I doubt it, but maybe we'll be surprised on what transpires at the Night of Champions. You know,
so much wrestling happening this weekend. It's not even funny.
There's a lot of professional wrestling happening this weekend.
Yeah. So
all right. That's enough about that rant. Let's get into our off the mat top row tapes. Our top row tapes is where we put 2 minutes on the clock and we talk about the hottest news topics in professional wrestling. And starting us off, we have this WWE auction that was promoted using a match used chair in a War Games, the women's War Games match from 2022. The description of it said that Becky Lynch used it as a weapon in the match. and it is just a stock photo of a black folding chair that has absolutely no damage to it. There was no people went back and looked. There was no chairs used in that War Games match.
Unless they mistaken it for 2023, but that's the only way we can think of it.
So WWE's and Fanatics are drawing a lot of attention for listing this as an authentic match-used steel chair. How do you guys feel about them starting to do this authentic WWE match-used items like El Grande Americano's mask?
Yeah,
and things like that. And does this worry? Is this worrisome that they're just going to start throwing things in here that aren't actually matched used and hoping people aren't paying attention to it?
I'm going to tell you this. You know what? You want to make that interesting? Have it autographed by all the women in the match.
Yeah.
That's it. Have it autographed by the women in the match, authenticated that, all the women autographed it, and then you can sell it.
That would make it a lot more interesting.
Yes, it would.
Because it's hard to say that El Grande Americano's mask or ring-worn mask isn't authentic because it's going to be ripped. It's going to be covered in blood.
Have it autographed by El Grande, the El Grande original, and El Grande Americano, the second one. Have them by both of them. Have autograph authenticated, and that's how.
No more El Grande Americano original. R.I.P.
I know, but you said you could have that autograph, and you could have a rest in peace on the thing that he's done. But that with the chair, if it was used in the women's match, if it was even near the women's match, have it autographed by the girls, and you would have that, and that shit was selling a heartbeat.
There was absolutely no chairs used in that match on camera. This chair is not even dented. There's like one little corner here where it looks like a heavy set person might have just sat on it and bent it a little bit.
Yeah,
that was me. Sorry.
There's just nothing. Yeah, there's no chairs used. This is just a complete mislead. It's a complete cash grab. It just feels like the WWE's got random stuff in their warehouse that they're going to start doing this with, and it kind of worries me that they're going to, get on the eagle eye fans that called this out, and maybe WWE is like, oh well, I guess we can't get away with this. We have to be a little bit more upfront, and them and Fanatics will be a little bit more honest moving forward.
Autograph.
It was used by Becky Lynch at lunch. Yeah, she sat on it in catering. That's
exactly.
What Becky Lynch sat on this chair in catering, and now Fanatics is going to sell it for $75.
You sure it was Becky Lynch sat on it? It could have been Rachel
Bayley.
from accounting.
Yeah, it was the last chair Bianca Belair used before she got her finger injury. That's what it is. Just do better, WWE and Fanatics.
Yes, do better. Do much better. Come on.
It's a little ridiculous that you're going to try and push memorabilia that was never as match used, and it was never actually in the match itself. You gotta have a little bit more respect for the people that you're dealing with. All right, moving on here. Triple H thinks that we, as the wrestling community, the IWC, as we're so fondly known, are overanalyzing everything, and he doesn't like it. Boys, Triple H hates wrestling commentary and wrestling community because we overanalyze anything. Do you think the wrestling fan overanalyzes everything and ruins professional wrestling, and that we should all just shut up and enjoy whatever hot dog shit that WWE is trying to feed us? You guys mentioned feeding Roman Reigns dog food. Kind of feels like they're feeding us dog food every Monday and Friday night, and they just want us to shut up and like it. Do you agree or disagree with Triple H's take on this?
I agree with it.
You agree with it?
I agree with it because X, aka Twitter, the worst place to be when you want to enjoy things. I just see a whole bunch of people just dogging stuff that they don't understand, and they're trying to come up with their own reasoning to, I don't know, hate on it and make it better for their own selves. But that's just my opinion on the take.
Perfect example, Danhausen. Everyone thought it was going to be Chris Jericho in the casket or box, and when it was Danhausen, he didn't get the response or pop that he wanted because the wrestling fan built themselves up.
Yeah, but
have the payoff be bigger than it was.
In Saudi Arabia, it was opened. Do it opened here. See, that's the thing. Look, you know what? We have us as the fandom have high expectations for everything, and that's like, look, I'll be honest. I'm in comic books and movies and Star Wars. I overanalyze, and And I want certain things to happen, and I do get pissed off when it doesn't happen. And that's the problem even with the wrestling community. Our expectations are here, but we always get here because they see a different route. Their stories of what they want to do. Yes, mind you, even if we get some good shit, people still complain. And that's always been the MO when it comes to anything in pop culture. From music to movies to wrestling to whatever, even in sports, man. The high expectations of sports and all these things. It's the nature of the beast. Look, a lot of this, Triple H has his hands are tied. It's TKO making the call. It's what they see. That's why Jey Uso is where he is, because TKO, they make the money.
See, I don't know how much of that I buy. I think Triple H has to pivot to certain things that TKO wants, but I think it's Triple H making the calls. Triple H is making the final booking, and he's just pivoting to what TKO wants. I don't think TKO is in his ear as much as we want to say they are. I think you don't want to place, I not you specifically, but I think people don't want to place the blame on him. They want to place the blame everywhere else instead of where it belongs, on him as the head of creative. It doesn't matter, honestly, who's in your ear. The head of creative, your title is the head of creative. Everything comes back on you. You can't push it off and point fingers at this person or that person or this person or that person. It's on you. If Ari Emanuel is like, listen, I want this to happen. We need this to happen. We need Roman Reigns here. You have to work it in, but the rest of the card is 100%.
Dude,
Triple H's
even when Vince McMahon was in power, he changed things up until the last damn minute. As the match went on, he changed things up. So there's a lot of things that, yes, he's the head of creative. He's the head of creative, and he puts the story out there to make things happen. But TKO is the money. That's the final say in all. That's like the CEO, like in Disney. They say, and Kevin Feige, freaking Dave Filoni, they try to make the final call, but the head honchos are the ones that make the final decision because it's money in their pocket. They see it, and that's the thing. They are the ones that don't know what the fandom likes. See, Triple H knows what we want as fans. TKO is just for the money. Corporations, again, time and time again, they suck. Corporations, because corporations don't know what we want. But the people that are passionate, that know what we want, they're the ones that try to give us what we want. But the bigger, the higher anarchy is the ones that freaking take it away a lot of times. I'm sorry, it's always like that.
I just don't want to. I don't want to sit here and say that TKO. I don't believe that TKO is interfering as much as people want to point their fingers at them. I don't see it. I feel like they're between Zuffa Boxing, UFC, WWE, and everything else that they're a part of. They've got too much going on that they're not sitting here day to day. Ari Emanuel isn't sitting here day to day and going, you really need to push Jey Uso, or you really need to have Jimmy Uso do this to LA Knight. That's what needs to be done here.
No, I don't think
it's like coming to that at all. I think they want Roman Reigns on top, and then they have to also answer to Netflix who wants Roman Reigns here, or and USA Network.
That's what I'm trying to say. So the corporation has a lot to do with it because the money, they had the money decision. If you're going to have the show on ESPN, of course ESPN wants Roman Reigns because he's the top dollar maker.
But they're not getting him. That's the thing.
I'm just saying, but like here, Netflix made it clear who they want on the roster for Raw because they want their show to be high end. And that's why we have all these heads in Raw because you have, so that's the thing. And
if you're paying an ungodly amount of money for a product, though, of course you're going to get what you pay for.
I understand Triple H makes the final call. He makes the calls on the creative side, but he has his boss's ass too.
That's fine. And he can. And it's his job to make sure creatively that those are met. Those wants and needs are met. So if they want Roman Reigns to win the championship, that's fine. But it's Triple H's job as the head of creative to make sure that creatively it makes sense and they get to where they want them to be.
And look,
And
what I understand,
there's not a lot of making sense
all right,
going
Matt.
on right
Well,
now.
I understand
When it
where
comes
you're
to
coming
this statement, I agree with him 100% because we sit here week after week, us personally, and we speculate because it's fun. It's fun about being a wrestling fan is the speculation of it. But when you take it too far that you automatically go, well, this shit fucking sucks because what I wanted didn't happen. That's where the problem comes in. I'm not watching WWE because X, Y, and Z. Okay. You know, you blew it up. You made it more than it's gonna be. Like, it's our fault to get that we got so hyped for a reveal and it turned out that it was Danhausen's. It's not Danhausen's fault.
Look how much money Danhausen is making for this damn company now.
WWE didn't bail on him. I'm glad they kept it going.
Exactly.
Putting behind. Now he's getting stale because they're overusing him because he's everywhere.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to tell you this. Yes, play it safe. Triple H plays it safe a lot of times with the individuals that actually make it happen and play it safe. But there's got to look. I just hate when he keeps saying a new era, a this and that. Just let it play out. Then you can go.
A unique moment in time.
We will see how unique it is.
Because he's going to pass his kidney stone right before Night of Champions. That's why it's going to be a unique moment in time.
You know,
Stephanie's going to let him hit the back door.
Jesus Christ.
Matt, you had to go that far? Come on.
Yeah, I did. All right. Next topic here. Bayley. Bayley's contract is up in early 2027, and there's a lot of speculation surrounding Bayley. And the big speculation is that Bayley could be leaving WWE with frustrations around her creative and use growing. Boys, what do you see Bayley doing about her contract status in early 2027? Do you see her leaving, or do you see her re-signing with WWE?
Well, I can tell you this: Mercedes Moné has been in her ear, and that's one of our best friends. So, if anything, it all depends on because now she's going to definitely have the current fight with Lyra because Lyra became heel, but also she's big in Mexico in AAA, so she gets a big pop in AAA. I can see maybe next year that they sign her that she'll have more AAA time coming in. I think Bayley is going to be the female version of the Miz. I don't think she's going to win any more titles, any more types
BBL Bayley.
Yeah, BBL Bayley. I don't think she's going to win any more championships. Her days off. But I do see if she goes to AEW, because I said Mercedes Moné has been talking to her. So if she does go to the AEW, I can see her winning stuff over there and having a rivalry with her and rebuilding her character, her brand. Now, and listen, let me tell you, so all kidding aside, I wouldn't mind her leaving. I like Bayley, but she's done everything for WWE. You know, everything that they asked her. She won every championship, tag team. She definitely was she was a
WWE
champion. Both exactly. She won belts in both belts. She's done a lot, and she's been here and she's done her thing. So I think creative wise, she is still her character. You know, it's funny that she had that character that Norman Osborn with the voices talking in her head type of character she had, and then just abandoned it. They stopped.
Yeah.
It, you know, so I could see either they sign her to a contract, more time for AAA, or I see her leaving and going to AEW to be with Mercedes.
Eric, what about you? What do you see going on with Bayley in 2027?
So, like Dom said, there's one where straight up she wants to be with her best friend, Mercedes Moné. That's like the only thing that would get her to leave is just to join with her and just pretty much be a tag team together with her again.
Yeah.
But now that she's giving more prominent time compared to what she was before then, even for backstage segments, she's still just more of a story. and also still going to Triple A with Lola Vice and La Catalina.
Yep.
I see her still staying there even after 2027, especially after the amount of support she gets over there. Personally, I can see her staying, but I think she's gonna leave. I think she just wants to pretty much broaden her horizons, trying to win belts everywhere else, just like Monet.
Yeah.
You think she's gonna leave to go tag team with? You think she's really? You think Mercedes is interested in tag teaming?
I don't see why not, considering they've done it together in WWE. Why not do it together in AEW?
Yep. Or they could be rivals to each other and have a big thing. She comes in. Who knows? You're right. Look, like I said, she did everything here in WWE, and I think she might want to say, you know what? She has she does have a storyline. They show it like Eric said, they're putting her more on TV, more prominent on TV. But I think 2027, I don't think she'll walk. I think she'll go to AEW and take that leap of faith to be with Mercedes.
Not gonna lie, I would laugh if she joined TNA.
Hey, you know what? Hey, listen, I still think TNA is going to be freaking part of WWE. I think they're going to buy it. I think they're going to buy it and integrate it with NXT and make it a one big thing. So
I see her leaving. Honestly, I see her going to AEW, like you said, to be with Mercedes, unless WWE pushes her. Let's be honest. In my opinion, I think Bayley needs a character change. She needs a refresh. The role model thing just is not working for me anymore. The hugger was good, but the hugger ran its course, and now the role model thing just isn't really working for her anymore. She needs to kind of reinvent herself in a new character. And could she potentially get that in AEW? Yes. But I think shackling her to Mercedes is, I don't think she's going to want to go to AEW to be shackled in a tag team. Like, she wants to go somewhere where she's going to stand out. I think maybe staying at WWE might be the thing, but who's to say WWE wants to keep her? Like, they're all about pushing out older stars, aging stars, and bringing in younger talent. So who's to say that she doesn't get her walking papers and they decide not to renew her contract? But
or they can keep her in WWE and use her as a coach for the NXT.
Yeah, they could. She could be in a backstage role. She could be in a coach. She could be an ambassador. Who knows? But
like I said, if they keep her, you're right. They could probably do that. Also keep her and have some time in AAA and work that in and do that. Like we can see, there's many other possibilities for her, but I really do see her going to AEW and being with Mercedes because they've been talking, and there was also rumors going on that Mercedes been in her ear saying, "Listen, come to AEW." So there's been a lot of speculation. So we'll see. We'll see. Hey, who's to say that the WWE doesn't release people again, and she won't get people get released? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Brandon thinks that Bayley is going to retire in 2027.
Really? I don't know.
She still has a lot of time under her belt.
Yeah. I know she's married. No, she's not. Is she married?
She's not. No. She was engaged and then called it off. I don't know if she's in a relationship now or not. I don't think she is, but
yeah. But I was going to say that she might want to settle down to get herself together because how old is Bayley? She's in her 40s. She's in her 30s.
Yeah, she's in her 40s.
I think she's in her 40s.
I think early 40s.
Maybe I think we're 38, 39. We could be both wrong. I don't know.
She's 37.
37. Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, she's my age.
Yeah.
You're in your 40s.
I'm fucking.
I feel like I am.
I'm a speed limit. I'm 55. Jesus. But I don't know. I think she might want to leave. I don't think she's going to win any more championships here. I think those days they're going to take away from the championship now because now she's going to be, like I said, fighting Lyra. Probably a couple of matches. They're going to have maybe 3 different matches. SummerSlam would be a potential spot for her fighting her, and then you'll have a WrestleMania type of thing. So we'll see with Bayley. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens to Bayley come 2027. All right. WWE is considering London for the WrestleMania 43 go-home show. My question is, after what we saw on Raw on Monday night from that London crowd, the go-home show before Night of Champions, a pay-per-view that subsequently is also in Saudi Arabia, and what the word is on the street about the attendance at SmackDown, do you think WWE considering London for a WrestleMania 43 go-home show is the right move, considering how lackluster go-home shows have been as of late for pay-per-views?
WrestleMania should be figured in London.
Go ahead, Eric. Start with you.
With me, the thing is that people enjoy Raw more than do SmackDown right now. That's straight out.
Yep.
If they keep the same momentum or even increase it, I can see it happening. And since I'm not sure if they, because I don't think they're gonna do the. I don't think they're gonna do go home over in Saudi either, like they did.
No, the Raw after Mania is back in the States.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Mm-hmm. From what I'm hearing, it's going to probably be like Philadelphia or East Coast somewhere.
Yeah, I can see that. That's the only thing I can see that them doing that. But if that's to replace the Raw after Monday, and just do a go home for that week up until Sunday, that's all we can think of them doing for Saudi, just to make it up for them. But I think it's just gonna. I think it's just be in Saudi for Monday go home show. But yeah, I don't think London's gonna be the spot. I can see it, but I don't think it's gonna be the spot.
You don't think London? I mean, they, like I said, you weren't here yet, but they usually get a good pop from London. London's usually a hot crowd, but Monday it just was not it.
From what I heard, Monday was more enthusiastic than it was for Tuesday when they aired SmackDown.
Oh, yeah. According to people that were there for SmackDown, half of the arena was empty. They tarped off a bunch of seats, and they upgraded a bunch of people who were sitting up in the upper levels down to the floor because they didn't have enough to fill hard cam side of the ring.
Yeah, because he said they only had 6,500 people in that arena for SmackDown that day.
Yep.
And they were more interested in showing the World Cup soccer matches before the show than they were actually like dark matches. So
yeah, me personally, I think like I said, WrestleMania should be in London, not Saudi. And they're gonna probably have two shows. Like there's two shows. They starting probably next year. They're gonna probably have one in Saudi, one in the States. For the 2 nights. And it's like you have both shows. Look what happened with the Royal Rumble.
Oh, AAA is 100% their guinea pig for that, because if they can logistically pull off 2 nights of Triple Mania in 2 different countries, I would not be surprised if night 1 of WrestleMania was in Riyadh and night 2 was in the States somewhere.
Yep, definitely.
Because either that or it's not going to be a 2-night WrestleMania, and I don't think they're gonna. Why wouldn't you double dip revenue and get your payday from the Saudis for 1 night, and then your payday from everyone coming to WrestleMania night 2? I 100% think that Triple Mania being in 2 different countries is 100% going to be a guinea pig test for them to pull that off.
Oh yeah,
because they're like, who cares? Triple Mania, it's going to be on YouTube.
But they could also test the market for AAA to go stateside as well, though.
I mean, they already have stateside shows. They did the first Worlds Collide was in San Diego, or LA, or one of those two. They've had AAA shows stateside, and Triple Mania Night 1 is stateside. Night 1 is in Las Vegas, and Night 2 is in Mexico.
Yeah.
So. All right, let's talk a little AEW. Okay. Kenny Omega made comments on possibly facing Will Ospreay at AEW All-In at Wembley in London. Do we feel like Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay is still going to be a draw in AEW like they were in New Japan, or do we feel like this is just a novelty act that isn't going to garner the hype that AEW thinks it's going to?
I don't know. AEW definitely this match has been in the making for a while, right?
It's been teased plenty of times.
Teased many times, right? And is Kenny Omega healthier enough? Is he healthy enough to?
Both of them have legitimate health questions because Ospreay just came back from a major neck injury and neck surgery, and Kenny Omega had a diverticulitis. Same thing Brock Lesnar had. So there's big questions on whether both guys are able to perform to the level that they once did. Exactly.
And that sucks because Ospreay would definitely when he first came onto the scene in AEW, some of those matches were freaking phenomenal.
Ospreay has a hard time keeping his balance in a backstage segment now, apparently. So I don't know if you saw that on Dynamite this week.
And Kenny Omega at his prime before he was diagnosed with that, he was crazy too.
Yeah, I feel like Kenny Omega has not lived up to the hype in AEW.
Do we get a match like Brock Lesnar and freaking goddamn Goldberg? Remember when they first met? They
no. Both of these guys have too much pride and too much self-respect for themselves to just be like, fuck it, we're just gonna phone this in.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not gonna be like Brock and Goldberg.
Well, you know what? I can see I can still see an electrifying match between these two guys. To really make the crowd cheer. I think that them building up, they're definitely going to rise to the occasion. Yes, health concerns are definite, but if that listen, I can see him doing 100 of what they can 100% perform for the crowd. Because hey, like I said, since these health concerns are there, you don't know what their last match is going to be. Turn around and one of them might have to retire, or both have to retire because of.
I kind of feel like that's the name of the game for any professional wrestler. You never know what your last match is going to be.
Exactly. Yeah. True. It should be interesting.
Look at Big E.
Yep, I was about to mention him.
Yeah. It sucks for Big E because, and I know he always wanted to come back, but I guess the neck. And they just showed Piper Nevin. They just showed her neck surgery that her thing looks that it's been
straightened out.
Yeah, it's straightening out, and it looks like promising. But I don't think she's coming back anytime soon.
A lot of neck and back injuries lately, though. You have Piper Niven out with a neck injury. You have Kevin Owens out with a neck injury. Will Ospreay just had a neck injury.
Well, because of the way they land, dude. It's their body, their spine. Look, let me tell you something. It's like equivalent to getting tackled in football. Every time you get hit, it's a tackle. You're freaking rattling your brain. You're freaking back. It's like it's nuts. So think about it. All the freaking the suplexes and the freaking jumping off the top ropes, and dude, it pays a toll, man. It's really like, and these guys, they wanna give you 100%. Put their bodies in the line. It's like a car crash, dude. When they land on somebody, it's a car crash, dude. So it is unfortunate that a lot of injuries, neck injuries, are definitely the name of the game when it comes to professional wrestling, because it's just the way their bodies, the way they're slamming their bodies. And look at Stone Cold. Stone Cold, he got the neck injury when Owen Hart dropped him on his neck, dropped him on his head, and he was never the same. So it had,
Yeah, well, I mean, Stone Cold case is it's a lot of getting out while the getting's good and your body is still holding up. But then you look at people like Ric Flair who are still in there wanting to wrestle, and they're so broken. And
how many retirement matches does he need, though? That's my question.
Look what this business did to Conan.
But too. Oh, if you think about it, like the top performers, like the Stone Colds and the Rocks and stuff like that. They never did a freaking goddamn crazy freaking flipping over the goddamn ropes and jumping off the top ropes. They played it safe throughout their careers. You
got Mick Foley here who's being thrown off cages, and
I know, but throwing to tables and doing certain things like that, but never like some crazy stuff like jumping off the freaking top of the cage, and doing some crazy like Kurt Angle and freaking goddamn Brock Lesnar when Brock Lesnar almost broke his neck
for the second time.
His
I'm
second
surprised
time.
Darby Allin hasn't died yet.
Yo, dude, he had his big friggin' forehead because he landed on his friggin' head. You know, so shit like that, injuries like that, that's what happens.
You can't believe who hasn't died yet, Eric?
Darby Allin.
Oh, yeah.
That's a car crash right there. Over and over again, man. Because it's just nuts, man. And especially, see, that's why Javon Evans has to be careful of all those jumps and stuff like that. His body's going to break soon. You have to learn to use some of those matches like these, the Cadizos, like all these guys, like Dragon Lee and freaking goddamn Rey Mysterio and all these death-defying jumps and flips out of the. It pays its toll. That's why injuries. That's why a wrestling career is not that long. It's like football. A football career, 5 years, 10 years max. If you really think about it, you know, it's just the car crashes that you get into every time you get hit, or every time you get thrown or some shit like that. So, yeah, it's unfortunate that, you know. So this would be the first time that really Ospreay and Kenny Omega are actually going to meet, right?
It's going to be like it's outside of New Japan, yes.
Outside New Japan, okay. So I was going to say it's kind of like the Mike Tyson friggin' Vander Holyfield fight, the first time that they should have fought earlier in their career.
Yeah, but I mean, it's more kind of like Mike Tyson and Jake Paul at this point.
Oh, no. And Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. I'm just saying, but yeah, but I'm talking about that when Tyson fought Vander Holyfield, they were primed for like
less ear biting.
Okay. But
I think it sells tickets. I mean, Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, the match alone, the idea sells tickets. It's just a matter of if they can both go at that level, and I question that. If they play to their strength, I think it'll be a good match. But I think the only way it happens if both men feel like they can absolutely give 100% of what they got and go and give it a 5-star match. I think they go for it. If not, maybe they pivot. But I'd be interested in it. Don't know if I'm interested in enough to pay $40 to watch the pay-per-view, but it still piques my interest a little bit. All right. That's it for our top rope takes. Now we hand it over to Dom for the Dirty Dom Dirt Sheets. Dom, what are the Dirt Sheets dirting on this week?
Okay, I'm going to start off with Oba Femi. So Triple H has come out and said Oba Femi is going to be the biggest star that WWE have ever seen. So those 2 nights we were talking about, that fighting 2 nights and doing things, rest assured is going to be happening very soon. They're going to push the shit out of Oba Femi. So he is going to be getting a lot of star treatment. So he's going to get a lot of TV time, a lot of matches, and definitely he'll be performing double duty in some of those pay-per-views that have 2 nights. So I don't know. You think that we're going to get too much of Oba Femi? Or you think that they're going to do Oba Femi right and he's going to win like numerous championships down the road and become the biggest ultra mega star ever?
I don't understand this narrative of Oba Femi has to wrestle 2 nights to be the biggest thing in professional wrestling.
I don't think anybody's saying that, but just people expect it.
I'm just saying, but that's what we're going to probably see. You know, I don't think that's going to.
But I think if you see that, you're going to put more wear and tear on him. He's going to burn out faster, and he's not going to be able to do it. And we already got guys out here whose cardio is questionable. I mean, look at Jey Uso. He was absolutely gassed by the time he got to the ring on Monday. He couldn't even give his promo. He had to go before all he could get out was yeet, and then he had to go before he could even start talking because he was so gassed when he got to the ring. But you know, you don't want to overuse Oba. Is he a spectacle? Yes. Is the WWE universe? Yeah. Behind him, absolutely. But he's still young. They can take their time with him. He doesn't need to be world champion next week. He doesn't even need to be world champion in a year. Like it was like what 6 months ago where we were all crowning Braun Breaker as the next big thing and the next big guy in professional wrestling and the next guy to take over from Roman Reigns. And like all of a sudden now we're just going to look past Braun Breaker and just crown Oba Femi right away. It's going to just be how they package him and how they use him. And I think throwing him in pointless match after pointless match and shoving him down our throats and having him wrestle 2 nights of SummerSlam or 2 nights of WrestleMania or 2 nights of Royal Rumble or 2 nights of this or 2 nights of that it's just going to break him down faster. And he's going to be out of the business that much quicker. I think you really have to play it carefully when it comes to Oba Femi.
Yeah.
Will he be the next big star? Undoubtedly, without question.
Yeah. Definitely. All right. There's another.
What do you think, Eric?
I don't.
Oh, for about Oba?
Yeah.
I mean, he already has people eating on the palm of his hands right now. They have like this whole strut cam in stadiums now. Like when people go to commercial break, people just doing the Oba Femi strut.
Oba Femi struts everywhere.
Yeah, he's completely fine the way he is, but people want to see him get his gold. That's it.
But would it be better to put him in IC gold and build him up there, or take him straight to the top?
Well, it looks like they already built him past mid card. He went straight to Brock Lesnar and beat him like in 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, and you know what? Another thing too is that they've been pushing some stars to go for the gold for the top, and then turn around and get the mid card. I can see Oba Femi.
Hi, LA Knight.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's unfortunate with LA Knight, man. But I don't know, man. Like, I like Oba Femi, but sometimes like they're trying to push a lot of these stars to be like Stone Cold and The Rock and The Undertaker back in the day, where every time they had the belts, but also they had those long periods of time where they didn't have matches about the championships. Like the CM Punk, like they gave CM Punk, they did right. When CM Punk came back, it took a long time for him to win the championship, which chasing it made him a much more interesting character. Oba Femi, we all know that the crowd is behind him. He's over as shit, man. He's definitely over, man, big time. And eventually he will get the championship belt. It's how they use the championship when he becomes champion. You see with the current state of the champions and what's going on with the champions now, how they're not being utilized the way they're supposed to. They're holding the belts, no matches for like freaking 50 nights, 50 days. It's a pain in the ass.
That's why I'm pissed about the whole Liv Morgan situation, because she has not defended once since she won that title.
She has no business being in the Queen of the Ring as champion.
And she did have her first match in a house show, so that was the first match finally. But look what they did with Jay Cargill. I feel bad, Jay Cargill. But Oba Femi, Triple H wants to push this guy to the moon. All right, fine, but do it the right way. Don't take it and shove it down our throats to make us hate Oba Femi.
Pull the Roman Reigns way.
Yeah, exactly. Because, hey, look, all kidding aside, he's great on the mic, but he's using the same material that he used in NXT. The ruler.
It's also easy, too, to sit here and say, because he's the hottest thing in professional wrestling right now, that he's going to be the next star. But professional wrestling fans are a fickle bunch. It takes one instance for them to flip on Oba Femi and then not want to back him anymore.
Exactly. No, you're right. So that's why Triple H has to play it cool. Yes, you want to make him a big megastar, bigger than anybody's seen. Take it slow and do it right. Look
at Sammy right now. Sammy is a great example of that. Like, I don't understand what's going on with Sammy, where WWE is pushing him and they clearly want to put him in the main title, but it seems like now that he's getting that push, fans are turning on him and they're booing him and they're not reacting to him when he comes out. It just, I don't know.
I do like this iteration of Sami Zayn, though.
Oh, I love Crash Out Sammy.
Yeah. No, the water bottles are the same. You should make water bottles. I freaking Sammy's coming for you. All right, let me get to the next topic. The next topic has to do with Paul Heyman. So apparently there's a lot of rumors floating around that Paul Heyman is probably going to be done with the Vision. That the Vision's going to probably do their own thing, and they work a story in there where he's when he got speared by Breaker, kind of like leaving him off the TV with the Vision, because he didn't come out. The last time you saw Braun Breaker, he lost to. Last time you saw Paul Heyman with Braun Breaker when he lost to Seth Rollins. So, really, do you need? does the Vision really need Paul Heyman? Or does Paul Heyman really need the Vision?
I actually think they do, if I'm being honest. They do.
Yeah, they need a mouthpiece for him.
Yeah, they don't have that strong mouthpiece because it's definitely not Braun Breaker. It's not Austin Theory. I mean, Logan Paul could be that, but unless they're going to try and make that with Logan Paul that mouthpiece while he's injured,
he's healing as fast as any human possibly can. So we'll see him maybe in SummerSlam. But
no, you won't see him in SummerSlam. But yeah, I think that group seems lost. That group seems dead in the water, and there's a creative switch apparently happening, and I think they're eventually going to break up the Judgment Day, or not Judgment Day, but the Vision, because really they serve no purpose anymore.
Let me ask you a question. What are the odds of Braun Breaker coming back and helping Seth?
Slim to none.
Yeah.
You
mean
helping Seth?
You mean Bronson Reed?
Right. I mean Bronson Reed. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Bronson Reed. I'm sorry, Bronson Reed.
Yeah,
come back, and he comes back and he helps Seth Rollins wins because they could make a story that you make him. He's coming back much thinner, much more ripped than he did when he left, and have him, and then you can have Seth Rollins. If this is like the last match with like Seth Rollins fighting, Braun Breaker, and the last part of the Vision, if he beats Braun Breaker, then you move on to other things, and then you can put him back in the picture with Roman, have him with the bloodline, because obviously, the whole thing with the Street Profits, they won the belts, they're doing their thing, because at one time we thought that Montez Ford and Seth Rollins would go for the belt and win that snap, but it looks like the Street Profits are now their own thing. Seth Rollins is kind of like a man with no journey after this, after the whole thing with Braun Breaker. You can't keep having him fight the Vision. It gets stale. So. Well,
what do you do with the Vision after this? Do you have him continue feuding with the Street Profits?
I actually think the Street Profits, and I think Bronson Reed coming back. If Bronson Reed comes back, and if he actually helps Seth Rollins, and then you have Braun Breaker fighting Bronson Reed and the Vision fighting after. Fighting him and moving on to other things, and then have Seth Rollins, his plan in his ear to go after the championship, have him start integrating him with LA Knight and pushing the whole bloodline thing.
I don't know, man. I think you blow it up and you start having Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker at the main in the title picture for the top of the card, because Oba Femi's going to need somebody to fight against.
You're right.
Right now, I just don't see any direction for them anymore.
You don't think they have a rotating door of new members coming in? Because I really think that
it's already boring and stale. I don't think Maxine Dupree
the fray.
Maxine Dupree doesn't add anything to make that group exciting.
Well, I tell you what, you don't think that Chad Gable might be part of that next one's fighting these guys? Because if Maxine joins the Vision, they could beat the shit out of friggin' Chad Gable and have that rivalry right there with Chad Gable.
Nope. Chad Gable, I think, is done with tag teams. I think that's what Monday was, is he's apologizing to Otis and Tozawa and Maxine, and I think he's done with tag teams. I think he's fully on his push to SummerSlam, where he's going to take the Intercontinental title off Penta.
All right. And also,
even with that terrible entrance music aside.
Yeah. Yeah. Back to Paul Heyman. So remember a couple of months back, we talked about Paul Heyman possibly go to SmackDown as a new the GM that could be in the favor after the last after Brock fights Oba Femi, possibly at SummerSlam. Nick, so it's a twofer. Nick, so apparently there's a lot of rumors floating around that oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Why am I drawing a blank? He went to Phil Hollander. McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre is going to come back and start
Drew McIntyre.
Start a rivalry with Nick Aldis, because Nick Aldis screwed him out of everything. And Nick Aldis might be jumping into the ring to become finally, lacing his boots back up and getting back into the ring.
Apparently, to squash that, he signed on to another movie, so they're saying he's not expected back until maybe around Survivor Series.
After Mania, but I'm just saying that you might have him waiting in the wings, Paul Heyman waiting in the rings to become the new GM for SmackDown when that happens, that story happens. And that's going to probably be later on because I know he's doing the other movie and they haven't filmed this in Spain. I know. So, but that's the story floating around with Paul Heyman and the vision that it might be breaking away and abandoning from the vision. So we'll see how that goes, that whole story goes, and we'll keep an eye on it. But this last story is kind of wild. So apparently, rumors are floating around that Danhausen, Dominik Mysterio, is going to lose his mind, lose his memory of getting electrocuted and not knowing he has a rivalry with his dad. That we're going to get Dominik Mysterio back loving his dad because he's going to forget. Listen. Look, it's work. You got the Miz and you got fucking goddamn Kit Wilson freaking got acting kind of strange. And
this
JD
lobotomy shtick is
and JD McDonough got electrocuted last week. So I know this is kind of crazy, but I was reading this. I was like, this has got to be absurd. But you know what? It's the WWE. They got to do something.
Oh, they'll 100% do it.
They're going to do it.
They're 100% going to do it.
They're going to do it.
Just like they did with Matt Cardona.
Yeah.
Going back to
exactly.
And he posts on Twitter, packing my bags for Night of Champions. I almost put this in it. It's Zack Ryder gear in the Internet Championship.
Yeah. Yeah. So anything is possible.
How about if you're going to change Zack Ryder, you make the fucker win?
Dude, I'm telling you.
Ryder's been losing too.
Listen, make him Zack. He actually got the pin. He won the. He helped with the help of Kid and the Miz, but they won. But listen, I'm telling you, LA Knight and Zack Ryder, Knight Rider, make that damn tag team.
Why? So they can just have them lose or not use them at all?
No, you can make them win the tag team championships and have them win and become pretty good at it. Anyway, but yeah, so that's a wild one, man. I always sit there, I read it, I was like this. Are you kidding me, man? But I see him doing it and making it work.
Oh, 100%. 100%
Yeah.
they're going to do it.
Yeah.
100% they're going to do it.
Oh, boy. Yeah, so that's the Dirty Dom dirt sheets this week that transpired. It was kind of a slow week for wrestling.
That should have been written and circled on the board in the creative room.
Watch it happen on Unreal.
Yeah, you know what, man? Well, like I said, come Night of Champions, maybe we'll be at awe and we're like, oh shit, didn't see that coming. Oh shit, type of a thing. So you gotta hope. You gotta hope.
I have no hope.
You know what, Eric? I try to be enthusiastic with some things, but you know what? Matt's starting to get rub on me the wrong way when it comes to that, and I'm starting to think the way.
Matt's cynicism can be infectious.
Yeah, I'm starting to think the way Matt thinks sometimes when it comes to certain things, but I'm still gonna enjoy and see what's what, man. I may call it shit, but hey, if some things happen, we'll take it from there. But yeah, so that's the end of the dirt sheet for the week.
I am nothing but a ray of sunshine. I am Mr. Optimism, all right?
Okay.
You just said that you hated Danhausen's gimmick with the shocking thing.
I do hate Danhausen.
See, there you go.
And listen, and we still have to wait for Danhausen's Frankenstein monster. You know, freaking goddamn Corbin.
Because I see it leading to him cloning the Miz and Kit Wilson and it being Enzo Amore. That's what I'm seeing.
That's hilarious.
Yo, listen, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Big cast, they're coming.
He's gonna clone Matt Cardona, and then Kit Wilson and the Miz, and we get Enzo Amore. I just see it coming. I like Danhausen. I like Danhausen a lot, but his shtick is just getting to be too much.
That's funny.
Because he's everywhere. They're just beating it into the ground now.
I'm Enzo Amore, and this is Big Cass.
Yeah. All right. Now it's time for our 3 count where we take this week's shows, and we give you our best moment, worst moment, and what were they thinking moment of the night. And we're going to start, as always, with SmackDown from last week. Dom, give us your best moment, worst moment.
I gotta remember SmackDown. I have to refresh.
Yeah, same.
Go ahead. I gotta figure because I haven't I watched it and
it was such a forgettable episode.
SmackDown.
Well, you know what? Listen, the whole thing with
SmackDown last week was Sami Zayn versus Gunther.
Okay, versus Gunther.
No, sorry, Cody Rhodes versus Gunther with Sami Zayn as the special guest referee.
Thank you. Now I remember. Okay, I just couldn't remember because I freaking forgot. But
R-Truth and Damian Priest versus the MTFs.
MFTs.
MFTs. You had the Carmelo Hayes versus Ricky Saints.
Yes, Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints won. Yeah.
Javon Evans versus Jey Uso in the King of the Ring semifinal. And then you had Liv Morgan versus Charlotte Flair in the Queen of the Ring semifinal.
Yeah, because Jay Cargill and these girls, B-Fab and
Meechin
friggin' beat the shit out of Charlotte. Beat the shit out of her leg, so she couldn't really fight, and she lost to
Liv.
Okay. Are you okay, Jeremy? Jeremy, are you okay? Jeremy, are you okay? Are you okay, Jeremy?
Hey, I tell you what. As much as you want to say, I actually thought the best moment was the Javon Evans and the Uso fight. I think that it was the expectations were there. It was great. They had a great match. Unfortunately, the outcome, we all know what the outcome was. But I actually thought that was a banger of a match. The what are you thinking moment? The worst moment. I like Ricky Saints. And I like Carmelo Hayes. Hopefully Carmelo Hayes didn't get hurt for real because he kind of was limping off the thing. Hope it wasn't a legit injury and he was just faking it because he showed. But if he did get hurt, that was the worst moment. Look, I don't like when people get hurt, in wrestling, doing their thing, and it sucks that it happens. It's part of the game.
Guys, I don't think Jeremy's okay.
Jeremy's not okay.
I also, what are they thinking? Liv Morgan, come on, man. They had the opportunity. They're waiting for because that friggin' that Stephanie Vakir is coming out. She is coming out. Io Sky is winning this thing. And if now this is my take. If Io Sky wins, Rhea Ripley's hurt. Do you have her fight Liv Morgan again? Like Liv Morgan, she beats Liv Morgan. She has to go for the championship, so she's got to fight Liv Morgan again. And then you have Stephanie Vakir come out, make her lose. Or if she loses, Raquel accidentally makes her lose. You have Raquel come out because remember the visa problem, so maybe Stephanie can't go to Saudi Arabia.
I think those are pretty much.
Instead of Raquel, I think it'll be Roxanne Perez.
I don't know.
No, it got to be
Raquel. Up or not, but
Raquel, that's what you want. You want to see Liv fight Raquel. That's what you want. You don't want Roxanne Perez being the one that turns on Liv, making the mistake. It could be Raquel and Roxanne.
I want to see Roxanne. I think Raquel's boring. I'll say it. She's big, but I think she's boring. She needs something. I don't know.
She does, but we're waiting for that. So I don't know. That's what are you thinking? Like having Liv there in the worst moment. SmackDown. Like I said, the best. I tell you what, I did like the beginning match with Sami Zayn being the ref against Gunther and Cody, and they got involved and they rewinded and made it go back, and the outcome was we all knew that the outcome was going to be a triple threat match. And now we got to hope that Sami wins to make it interesting. Because I don't want Gunther winning. And if Cody wins again, they're playing it safe because they're holding it then for CM Punk to fight. So, give or take, like I said, the best moment, Jey Uso, Devon Evans, and then coming in second is the whole Cody and Gunther fight. This and that. But other than That's about it.
What about you, Eric? Best moment, worst moment? What were they thinking about the night?
So, best moment was a match of Jey Uso versus Javon, because that was straight up the best match of the night. Worst moment was having Liv Morgan win, because she has no purpose of being in this tournament whatsoever. Besides just, hey, here's famous matches, enjoy. Or what were they thinking? I have a couple. One
I am
is
on the
that
Big Daddy.
Carmelo should have won.
Yep.
To try and reignite the rivalry between him and Trick.
I don't appreciate you guys hating on my boy Ricky Saints.
I don't hate
Ricky Saints. I think Ricky Saints is good.
Yeah,
But
it's just
I hope
there's just more history between Javon and not Javon, sorry, between Carmelo and Trick.
Yeah.
Than would it be with Ricky Saints and Trick. Granted, they had history too back in NXT over Halloween Havoc when Ricky Saints had the NXT title. But I think with the friendship and history and the belt that's on the line between those two, that's more of an interesting dynamic to go with. That's just my opinion on that.
But I mean, you want to pull that trigger right now, especially when they were linked together in NXT, and then Carmelo came up, didn't really do anything, and now that he's starting to get a push, you got Trick Williams right back there, so we're right back to what we had in NXT.
But it's kind of with the Javon Evans and Oba Femi that they had great matches, you know. And you should have Javon Evans as fighting Oba Femi instead of Jay. So,
because that was my other. What were they thinking? Because people should experience what we saw in NXT that he never saw that we. That they never saw that we did.
Because come on, you really think a lot of people watch NXT like us? You know, not a lot of people do. They watch the two brands, SmackDown, Raw.
That's Who says I watch NXT at all?
Yeah, I can see that.
BS. Bye. Bullshit.
Not for me. We boycott CW in this house.
At least they're doing PLEs for free.
That's true. Yeah. For me, Jey Uso versus Javon Evans. Like I said, Javon Evans showed up, showed out, sold that rib injury from the spear he got from Braun Breaker on Monday night. My actual what were they thinking was not putting Javon Evans over Jey Uso, because they could have strapped a rocket ship to that young man's back, and him versus Oba Femi would have been a much better match than watching Oba Femi throw Jey Uso around and then some fuckery happen and Jey Uso just secure a win after Brock Lesnar F5s the crap out of Oba Femi. Or suplexes the crap out of Oba Femi, I should say. That either one. And I don't understand I have a theory about what they're gonna do with Johnny Gargano, but this Johnny Gargano stuff is really annoying to me too. You have a great professional wrestler and you're just having him lay comatose in the back.
I'm sorry, I love Johnny Gargano.
Yo, get Danhausen. Danhausen can fix him.
I do too, but I want NXT TakeOver Black and Gold Johnny Gargano. I want Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano, like we saw here in Phoenix when TakeOver was here. That Royal Rumble weekend. That's what I want, man. That's what I'm yearning for. I don't want to see him laying comatose backstage. That's my thing. And for me, Liv Morgan winning over Charlotte Flair, even though I'm not really wanting to see Charlotte Flair in the title picture again, having Liv Morgan even in this tournament whatsoever, I feel like devalues the rest of your women's division, because you're saying that the rest of the women in your division are not good enough to face off against Liv Morgan for this title, and you've got to wait for Stephanie to come back. That I feel like that's kind of a slight against Jordan Grace. It's kind of a slight against Chelsea Green. That's a slight against Julia. It's a slight
Jordan
against
Grace. She got like
Natalia.
Main event, baby.
Slight
against Natalia's NXT now.
Raquel, all of them.
Sorry, Natty.
Sol Ruka, all of them. It's kind of a slap in the face to all of them. So that's
I'm gonna tell you this. this was the last episode, the last 3-hour episode of SmackDown. So it goes back to 2 hours.
Gods.
It goes back to 2 hours, and hopefully they can utilize their guys and girls to really make that 2-hour window worth it.
I love that optimism, Dom. All right, that's it for SmackDown. Now we're going to move on into Raw from this past Monday night, coming to us live from London, England. Your go-home show for Night of Champions. Best moment, worst moment, and what were they thinking moment of the night for Monday Night Raw? Eric, take it away, my friend.
So, best moment was definitely Street Profits winning the Tag Team Championship. It's been a long time coming, especially with all the BS that they've been dealt with over on SmackDown and Raw. Now that they finally got the belts, even though it's through the help from Seth and Joe Hendry.
Hey, the return of Joe Hendry. Nope.
People really popped out when they saw him. Yeah, that's what I consider him. Jesus. Worse, and what were they thinking? What would they think is just Jey Uso just coming down the stairs winded?
Blown up. Absolutely gassed. They should have had Oba Femi lay his ass out the minute he ran it back.
Yeah.
They should have just had him fall from grace him the minute he came off that top rope and just left the ring.
Worst moment. I can't say Lyra because that actually makes her a better character now that she's going heel. I'm trying to remember what else happened. I don't know. I just didn't like the EO and Liv promo. That's it. Because that really did nothing.
No, absolutely nothing. You had LA Knight arguing with Adam Pierce.
Yes.
You got LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso. Yep. You had the Women's Tag Team Championship, Brie Bella and Paige defeating Bayley and Lyra.
Yep.
You had Chad Gable apologizing to Alpha Academy.
You have Dragon Lee versus Ethan Page.
Dragon Lee versus Ethan Page. You had LA Knight defeating Jimmy Uso.
With help of Solo.
You had JD McDonough getting shocked by Danhausen.
Yep.
And then you had Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez chatting backstage. Corey Graves had a pre-taped interview with Seth Rollins to talk about Night of Champions. We got the announcement that Chad Gable will face Dominik Mysterio next week after challenging him backstage. And then we got
one more moment that I hate.
Go ahead.
Chad Gable's theme.
Dude, I hate Chad Gable's new theme.
And how
it's so bad.
How it has to do the skull chant to try and get people clapping with it.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad.
I love Chad Gable, but I hate his theme.
Oh, dude, it's so bad. At this point, just give him Kurt Angle's theme and let him go. Like
they should have just kept his original American Alpha theme.
Yes.
People popped for that.
But his new theme is so bad. Def Rebel is so bad. They need to just stop. They screwed up Stephanie Vakir's entrance and theme music.
Ethan
Pages. They kept Oba's. How long till they change Oba's?
Well, hopefully never.
Jordan Grace, they changed.
Yep. Only because of the sound similar to Braun Breakers.
Yeah.
Oh, Eric just likes to strut around his house in the buff to Oba's theme. That's why he wants it to stay Oba's.
Yeah, you're right.
Eric.
He does the Oba walk anywhere he goes.
Straight to the fridge.
I'm going to the bathroom, Oba walk. Going to the fridge, Oba walk. Gets out of his car to go into the store, Oba walk.
Oba walk.
What about you, Dom?
Well, my best moment, Ethan Page versus Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee freaking throwing himself all over the place and that. Ethan Page, winning, headbutting his nutsack, which is kind of funny. Hey, it's all part of the game. Look, I like Ethan Page. I know that eventually he's gonna get that push for that championship down the road, but I thought that was good. the Danhausen thing. That's why with the whole thing with Dominik, it's kind of funny because JD got freaking goddamn shots, and now Dom will probably get shocked this week. Coming up next time you see Dom. Best moment, like the other best moment, the Street Profits winning the tag team championships, which it was great to see Joe Hendry come back and go after Logan Paul, and then seeing playing Seth's music coming out, and then which definitely leads into the SmackDown because of what happened in the ring at the end with Seth Rollins. So, so I think the steel cage is definitely going to be the final Seth Rollins battle with the Vision. I think he's got to move on, and the Vision's got to go do their own thing. Also, yes, Liv and EO, in the ring talking this and that, and like I said, we all know what's going to transpire with that. I do like that they, the LA Knight, LA Knight with the whole bloodline thing, and Jimmy, and then Solo is definitely getting more prominent play. We see what happened. We saw what happened.
Dom's a big fan of Solo play.
Well, Solo is we see what happens in SmackDown this week with Solo and the MFTs. So we all know where that's going. But I thought Raw wasn't bad. I didn't think it was great, but I thought it wasn't bad. I actually enjoyed Raw a little bit.
Don't try to convince me, Dom. It sounds like you're trying to convince yourself that you enjoyed Raw a little bit.
I'm just saying I enjoyed it a little bit. Hey, look, it is what it is for what it is. Like I said, it's like everything. I gotta really stop. My expectations stop really. Try reach to the stars and having my friggin' everything up here and just enjoy it. And that's what the fandom. I understand the frustration with a lot of things, but sometimes you just gotta take a backseat, chill, and just enjoy what you get. It may not be what you want, and you may not get the scenarios, but enjoy it for what it is, man. Life is too short. We're getting older, man, and at least have some enjoyment in the goddamn lives, man.
Fucking Nostradamus over here. And fucking sticks 100%. Old Dom, champagne wishes, caviar dreams.
Hey, shh, it's true.
My what were they thinking moment of Monday night is why do you have the most interesting thing with Oba Femi coming out to make a save for Seth Rollins after the show was off the air? Why isn't that how the show ends?
Yeah, I know. It should have been great. But then
the best moment of the night was 100% Street Profits finally getting those tag team champions. And the worst moment of the night for me was probably the Liv Morgan, Io Sky, the promo or confrontation. And I really think that was only done. One of the main reasons that was done was to show people that Liv is okay after the scare at the house show against Sol Ruka.
Yeah,
to get people off Sol Ruka's back.
Yeah, I thought. Do you see it? She had to get off X. She had to get off social media because people trolling her. People. I mean, these people in their basements that have nothing better else to fucking do. Come on, man.
So
she's 24 years old. She's freaking learning. She's learning her way. Only like less time in the ring than people have been doing this for years, and she's doing pretty good.
NXT. Did we all watch NXT this week?
I sure did.
Yep.
Eric sure did. Best moment, worst moment. What were they thinking moment of the night for NXT? Eric, go.
Best moment, worst moment. I think the best moment is the Naraku in general.
You like Naraku?
Mm-hmm. Especially when they did that homage to the whole Keith Lee contract thing as well, with the fireball in the contract.
I'm not a fan of the fireball to the face. And then you have God, I can't think of his name now. D'Angelo walk out there with basically a diaper. He looked like he got a fucking diaper or a maxi pad super on his face.
I also did like the promo between Deion Lennox and Saquon Sugars.
Yes, that was a good promo.
Worst.
Naraku is a firebender.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. To be honest, anything with the Vanity Project right now. I don't think Jackson Drake should be anywhere near the NXT title at this moment. Especially when he gets help from Micah. What were they thinking? That's going to be a tough one to bring up. Because I'm glad that Brock Onema and Lucian Price actually brought up the whole AAA thing that happened when they joined Perros Del Mar. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have anything for the last one.
Okay, that's fine. What about you, Dom? Did you watch NXT this week?
I watched a little bit of it. Yeah, I seen the I seen Tony D'Angelo with Araku and with the fireball to the face. You know what that reminds me of? Remember when Killer Cross and Scarlett Figure shot the fireball to the face of McIntyre, stuff like that. You know, and look, and like I said, it's setting up certain things in this is setting up things for the future. I think Tony D'Angelo loses the belt. Okay, I really think he's coming up to the main roster. And the same thing with Lola Vice. I think Lola Vice is definitely going to lose the championship in Great American Bash, and I think they're going to push it up to the main roster. Birthright. Birthright kind of like I'm not really. Birthright and the
calling.
Yeah, I kind of like like I said. Is he Rain? I like, like there's certain things like right now, NXT is going through a renaissance right now of there's a lot of changing, revolving doors, a lot of things are happening. You have all the news. You definitely have to get like really invested, and hopefully a lot of these new guys make a statement and you can follow. But like I said, the best moment is that all things are leading towards the Great American Bash. Get that out of the way. Crown new champions. Push things and bring up some more other guys and girls
talents to
SmackDown and Raw. NXT was I really don't invested it as much. When Stephanie Vakir and Julie were there, it was like there's a lot going on. You had Ricky Sayes, you had Ethan Page, you had all these people that were in it. Now most of them are all on the main rosters now. So, but
I'm gonna add one thing to what were they thinking? Sorry.
Okay.
Is having EK Prospect beat Keanu Carver.
Yeah.
Go roll up.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. That's another thing. Yeah, you're right on that. I don't know, man. You got. Is Hank and Tank ever going to make it to the main roster?
I don't think no.
They're gonna. If they do, they're gonna go the way of Otis. What blue collar, whatever the fuck Otis's group was when he came up.
Freaking oh jeez, I'm fucking drawing a blank as usual.
Heavy Machinery.
Heavy Machinery. Thank you. That's what I see happening to those two when they get called up.
I don't know why I remember that dude. I can't believe it.
I need Mason Rook to do a little bit something more than just show up in the final and declare that he should get a championship shot. I don't know why. I granted I'm not in any hurry to see his man Dussy in that onesie he wears, but I just. He had all this hype of he's big, he's bad, he'll body slam your dad. Have him do something. He should be running through people.
Because I think he only had 2 matches so far, 2 or 3 matches, and that's it.
Yeah. And one of them was the lost in Naraku.
Yeah.
Narco and
If-
the other dude.
What do you guys think of friggin' Tristan Angles?
So wannabe William Regal.
Yeah.
Isn't that Angle's son?
Tristan Angels.
I believe so, or I know, or at least I know William Regal's son.
No, that's Charlie Dempsey.
Charlie Dempsey. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I like his moveset. That's pretty much I can give it to him.
Like he's got the long hair, the friggin' like the '80s vibe, the type of I don't know, man, like
glam rock.
Yeah, glam rock. Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't enough Lizzie Rain for me.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Lizzie Rain is great. You know, I see her push up. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you this. I think Natty and her new group, new faction. I think they're gonna come up to the main roster, and I think Jada Parker's finally coming to the main roster.
No,
she's not for
no,
she's
listen,
not ready yet.
I actually think Jada Parker would fit with Jay Cargill's group. If you bring her up,
dude, Jada Parker is not. She's not ready, Dom.
They're gonna have to bring her. Listen, she's
regressing. If anything, she's regressed.
She has charisma, but that's pretty much all she got.
Listen, you can bring her up.
That's kind of why I said last week, like her being with Natty really feels like that last ditch effort to get some momentum behind her before they pull the plug on her altogether.
Yeah, listen, how about freaking the kid of like freaking Lions wins the Evolve championship?
That was good. Nikita deserves it.
Yeah, she does, right? And she's doing double duty. She's in Evolve, she's in NXT. That's what I'm saying. If they were to buy NXT, freaking the TNA, they can integrate that.
I think that's going to be oversaturating the whole thing, to be honest, because
there's no reason for them to buy TNA. They gain nothing from buying TNA. If they're going to buy TNA, it's just 100% to have the library.
Yeah, the library. And listen, they got to get some guys that are freaking contracts are about to expire.
Why? They're already able to do that. TNA has caught the short end of the stick in this deal. You had WWE come over and make their people champion, give no shine to TNA, and now they're cherry picking TNA talent. They've already got Jordan Grace. They've already got Joe Hendry. They're gonna get Mike Santana
and Slater,
and they're probably gonna get Slater as well, Deion Slater as well. So they're already cherry picking the talent out of there. And I really think that once the Righteous' time is up too, the Righteous will be in WWE.
I think Moose will come up too. They need big guys.
I can see that. Why?
So Moose can be a fucking Temu version of Bobby Lashley and get nowhere?
Wow, rude.
Damn.
He's old.
He's old. This is why I say, you're rubbing me the wrong way when it comes to certain things.
I don't want to be rubbing you at all, Dom.
I know.
I don't want to hear my name and rubbing and you in the same sentence ever again. I mean, I like Moose, but he's kind of older, and that's just the vibe I get from him. And that's how TNA has built him, is that Bobby Lashley style competitor. And I don't want to. I had that with Bobby Lashley. I don't need to see. Yeah, Stick says TNA equals total no talent left.
True.
But I didn't watch NXT yet this week, so I don't have any real comments to make on NXT. So that's where I'm going to leave that. Okay. Anybody watch AEW Dynamite this week?
Nope.
I did not.
No, I didn't catch Dynamite either this week. So we're going to call that. We have no hot or cold from Stick since he's not here. So we're going to jump into our Night of Champions predictions. And it's so fitting that our current reigning, defending IWC Off the Mat champion in Mr. Eric is here this week to give his picks to see if he can successfully defend his title, as he did call a perfect backlash card.
Hey, Eric, man, I don't know, man. You got some inside tips, man. Come on, man.
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir.
So that brings. I do have Pete's picks as well as Styx's picks here too. So we'll go through this, and thank you to Styx for putting this together. Styx says, "Sun is hot, water's cold." There you go. Thanks, Styx. Always a constant professional.
Always great, man. There you go. Get back to work.
Our first match, we have Seth Rollins versus, and of course, remember the first hour on ESPN proper is both King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring finals matches.
Yeah.
So those are your first ESPN proper matches. So yeah, Styx has it right here. First up, Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker in a steel cage. We'll let Eric, as the defending champion, kick us off here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say Braun Breaker wins this one due to outside interference.
You're thinking Braun Breaker versus outside interference. And is that outside interference going to be one Bronson Reed?
It's a possible.
Yeah.
You see?
But you're also heard about Logan Paul taking off his brace and whacking people with it, so.
Not quite yet. Yeah.
Styx is also taking Braun Breaker here in this match. Pete is taking Braun as well.
Hey,
What
listen,
about you, Dom?
Looking aside, Logan Paul, when he gets better, he's gonna probably keep that brace on and be like freaking Cowboy Bob Orton when he had the freaking goddamn cast in his arm the entire time. He used to use the cast. Okay, so I'm definitely with Eric. I think Braun Breaker wins due to the outside interference. Bronson Reed, because they've been teasing him coming back. And what would Night of Champions be? As a surprise, Bronson Reed coming back. So, as much as I want Seth Rollins to win, he loses to Bronson Reed. I mean, he loses to Braun Breaker due to the interference. Does it hurt his stock? Not really, but he hasn't been. He lost some match. He won the match on Raw a few weeks ago. But the last two PLEs, I think Seth Rollins needs a win. But you know what? I might reverse that. Seth Rollins wins due to outside interference with Bronson Reed. I think Bronson Reed is going to be good when he comes back.
I'm taking Seth Rollins. I think this is that definitive third match for these two. There's nothing left in this feud past this. You have to have Seth move on, and your money is in Seth versus Roman at SummerSlam. You can go a different direction with the Vision, with LA Knight, have them turn their title, their sights on the Street Profits. Now that Logan Paul's out, you got to give somebody for Austin Theory to tag with, and I think that's what's going to happen with Bronson Reed. Maybe Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker strike out on their own and leave the other two behind. But I really think you got to put Bronson Reed maybe in the mid card. You got to have Braun Breaker go up to that main event scene, and I think I'm gonna go Seth Rollins over Braun Breaker here, in that third match in the cage.
Pretty much the Vision needs a win, or else this whole thing is just for nothing. Because all their momentum that they had is just completely shut down if Seth wins.
Look at Styx. Styx got jokes when he's not on the show. I haven't seen someone flip their opinion like that since Mitt Romney. Talking about you, Dom.
Hey, listen. You know what? No, Eric, you're definitely right. But since you might be getting, like I said, you might be getting Paul Heyman not part of the Vision anymore, walking away from the Vision. I think after all said and done, because of all the injuries and all the issues with it, I think this might be a perfect time to break away the Vision. You know, have, like you said, Austin Theory and Logan Paul go their way, and have Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed go the other way. But then again, there's rumors saying that they're going to have new members coming in. It's going to be built. And who's to say that Braun Breaker? What?
Which just comes to mind. Because remember who Austin Theory keeps talking to?
Yes, Maxine Dupree.
Yep. Exactly. And I think she's going to be a distraction towards Seth Rollins as well.
I don't think she adds anything to this group, man. She adds nothing to the Vision. Nothing.
She brings beauty.
I don't care. I don't need
beauty. She
beauty.
got legs. No, I'm kidding.
Well, they're all over again. Come on. know,
Don't
nah,
don't know.
I don't know. It's just, I think Seth doesn't even win because that's another thing too. So like I said, Seth lost the last two PLEs, man. You can't have him keep losing these matches. You know, that's why the outside interference gives him momentum. And like I said, after Oba Femi freaking helped him out on when the Raw went off the air. That's what I'm trying to say too. That's another thing. Why have Oba Femi help him if you're not going to have if Oba Femi's not going to be part of you don't think the Vision's going to interfere in Oba Femi?
No, I think it happened off. It happened off TV on purpose, so they could give.
Oh, well, they put it together in freaking SmackDown.
It's not canonical.
No, it's not on SmackDown. That's not true. That is a dark match. It did.
And I told you a dark match. Didn't I tell you that? I put that.
Yeah, it doesn't take place on SmackDown.
Nope.
It's just something to give the fans something because Oba's a huge star. I really think that like I said, Seth wins. He moves on to face Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. I think Braun Breaker is going to pivot towards a feud with Javon Evans. That's why they had Braun Breaker spear Javon Evans. And I think you're going to have Bronson Reed be paired with Austin Theory, and they're going to feud with the Street Profits. That's what I think they're moving with the Vision. And once Braun Breaker's done with Javon Evans, then he's going to move into probably the mid-card. He might hold the Intercontinental Championship. He might come after Seth for the world title. I don't think Seth's taking the world title off Roman anytime soon. So he could go after Roman for the world title. He could feud with Oba Femi. I think there's more upside for Braun Breaker here than anything else. So, but you got to move past this feud. It needs to be moved past for Braun Breaker and Seth both. And I think you do that with Seth going over. And yeah. All right. So we have Dom flip-flopping his pick. So now he's on Seth. I'm on Seth. Eric's got Braun. Pete's got Braun. And Styx has got Braun. And I've not heard from O yet.
Yep.
All right. Up next, we have Io Sky versus Liv Morgan. I don't know why this says Women's World Championship, but it's for the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. Who do we got here? Start with you, Dom.
I think Io Sky is definitely going to win due to the fact it will be interference, a mistake by Raquel or Roxanne to make her lose, or we get a surprise visit from Stephanie Bakir coming out to help Io Sky win. So there will be that interference. So either you're going to have interference, a mistake, error by Roxanne and Raquel, or you're going to have Stephanie Bakir come out. But Io is winning.
Styx is picking Liv in this match. What do you think, Eric?
It has to be Io. There's, again, I don't think the whole double champ Liv thing is going to go well at all unless they really want to carry that heat. But it's just going to be Io versus Liv again in SummerSlam due to that, I would say, momentum.
You think they're going Io versus Liv at SummerSlam, huh?
I told you that too. I said that because Rhea's hurt, so you can't get that. So you have a fight.
SummerSlam is still a few weeks away, so she could be back and ready to go by then.
Maybe we'll see what happens.
Because if that's because think about it, at Crown Jewel, if both sell the title again, it'll be Rhea versus Io, another match that people really want to see again.
Well, and that's where my pick's going to come in. I'm going to take Io to win, and I think Io is going to challenge Rhea for the championship. I think everyone's going to think that she's going to challenge Liv. I think Stephanie's going to come out at the end of it and save Rio when she's getting jumped by the rest of Judgment Day. But I think that Rio is going to choose, or Io is going to choose Rhea because Rhea's never beat her.
Yep.
And she's going to choose Rhea Ripley, and you're going to have Stephanie Bakir versus Liv Morgan at SummerSlam.
Yep. I know that's probably going to be. That's definitely. You're right. That's definitely going to be because the fact is that they finished the story with Rhea and Io that she never beat her, and Rhea's going to keep maintain.
And Pete has Io winning this match as well. the money is EO. This is EO's thank you. This is EO's thank you from WWE for the fact that she didn't really get a WrestleMania moment, for the fact that they shit canned her storyline by firing Kyrie before they could even find out the finish of it. This is that I'm sorry by giving her a Queen of the Ring win. I've been on record as saying I think Io is a boring champion, so I hope that they finally have Rhea beat her at SummerSlam. That's the way I'm going. Io beats Liv. Io chooses Rhea at SummerSlam, and Liv is going to face Stephanie at SummerSlam. I wish it was Chelsea Green, but
Chelsea Green.
Give Chelsea Green some love.
Yep.
Up next, we have Tiffany Stratton versus someone snatched my wig, Jade Cargill.
Damn. Couldn't you get any more faker pictures? It looks like
dude, yeah, it really looks like it looks like Tiffany Stratton farted and Jade Cargill is smelling it.
Jade Cargill looks like an action figure. Looks like the puppets back there. Holy shit.
That's terrible. All right. I'll start this one. I'm going to take Jade Cargill to take that championship off of Tiffany Stratton. I think they're high on Jade. They want to put a title back on Jade ASAP to give her something to do. And I think she's going to take that Women's United States Championship off of Tiffany. Styx is also taking Jade as well. Pete is taking Jade as well. What about you, Dom?
I'm taking Jade as well, so.
Dom's going Jade as well.
Yep.
Eric?
So I'm going to hate my pick and I'm going to go Tiffany Stratton.
Why are you going to hate your pick?
Because I hate Tiffany Stratton. But I think with the interference, of course, with Michin and BFAB, of course, you're going to have Alexa Bliss and Charlotte come out to even the odds. And also, Chelsea Green's going to be there to help her out as well.
I think, and I think they're going to set up Jade Cargill versus Charlotte Flair for the Women's United States Championship at SummerSlam.
And somebody might turn heel.
Who? What?
Somebody in that group that's trying to help Tiffany might turn on her.
You think Alexa's going to turn on?
No, Chelsea.
Chelsea.
You think Chelsea turns on her? Okay.
I think because Chelsea is playing that.
It's iffy time. I could see it.
So that's
I can see Chelsea costing her.
Because you need more. Because remember, Chelsea got hurt before she could really have a match with Tiffany.
Dude, it really does look like Jade Cargill's like malfunctioning.
I know they're she's like a toy. Yeah, in the back. So it could be. We'll see what happens. That you could have the feud with Chelsea Green and Tiffany time without the belt. Have that go on for a little bit. And then, like you said, Jade Cargill.
Chelsea Green.
Jade Cargill versus Charlotte, where I actually think that Alexa Bliss is going to definitely turn in SummerSlam on Charlotte.
All right. Up next, we have our other King of the Ring finals match: Jey Uso.
Oba fought it.
Oba
Jay,
Femi.
jeez, look at Jay's face. Like, damn.
All scrunched up.
Yeah.
Oba looks like he's got Bell's palsy. It looks like half his face is drooping.
Yeah, son.
Eric, we'll go back to you. Jey Uso versus Oba Femi.
I think it's going to be Jay due to Brock Lesnar interference.
Yep, that's what we all say.
Yeah, I'm going Jey Uso as well, due to Brock Lesnar interference.
Yep.
Pete says Jey Uso versus due to Brock Lesnar interference, and Styx is picking Oba. Styx is a wild card, picking Oba Femi to win.
Well, you know what? I'm thinking. Something's been brewing in my head.
Spoiler alert! Here comes another flip.
Oba wins. Zilla comes out and crosses Jay.
Why?
Nah.
Now you don't see that happening?
Not in the least.
You don't see that happening. You don't think in a long shot.
I don't even know if
0.001%.
Because we're all bent on that Oba's going to lose because Brock is going to come out.
Zilla just got off parole, so I don't even know if he's cleared to leave the country.
I don't think Brock comes out. I think Brock comes out later on. I think the anticipation with the Brock Lesnar thing, you'll eventually get the like Monday night. If Oba Femi wins King of the Ring, he comes out, talks. That's when you get Brock Lesnar coming out.
But why? Why? What does Brock gain from that? Brock gains another match with Oba Femi by screwing him out of the King of the Ring win.
I know.
What does Brock get by just showing up on Monday night after Oba's already won and being like, "Fight me, bitch, fight me"?
But you see how predictable this is? We all know that.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm just saying. Just say it's a twist.
But
The
WWE,
only twist I want to see is Solo coming out to spike Jey Uso, so that way Oba gets the win.
That could be maybe Solo. It causes the bloodline civil war. And you have stuff like that happening, which could lead to other things. Because think about it, if Oba Femi wins, he wins King of the Ring. You can have Brock Lesnar come. Yeah, we all talk about Brock Lesnar making him lose so he doesn't win. But just say if he wins the thing, and then you have Brock Lesnar come out.
You know what they're gonna do. I can tell you exactly what they're gonna do. How this is gonna play out. Jey Uso versus Oba Femi. Jimmy Uso's gonna come out. Oba Femi's gonna deal with him.
I just said that.
You're gonna have. Hold on. I know.
I said that.
Have Jacob Fatu come out, and Jacob Fatu. Yeah, but hold on. Oba Femi's gonna run through the entire bloodline. They're gonna have spots with him and Jacob Fatu that get people interested, because I think we're gonna get Jacob Fatu versus Oba Femi before we get Roman Reigns versus Oba Femi. But it's ultimately he's gonna run through the bloodline, and then Brock's gonna come out at the end of the match. It's not gonna be like a Brock just shows up to cost Oba Femi the match. It's not even gonna be like, I don't even know how competitive it's gonna be. I think Oba Femi is gonna toss Jey Uso around the ring like a rag doll, and that the bloodline is gonna come out to help him. And him and Jacob are gonna go back and forth. And once he dispatches Jacob, that's when Brock Lesnar is gonna come out.
But you don't think that LNA comes out?
F5.
You don't think LNA comes out to try to interfere to make Jey lose?
No, I don't think LA Knight's gonna. No.
You see, now I'm freaking torn because I'm telling you, we all want this. Like we all have this in our heads. The Oba Femi's gonna lose. Just say if he wins. See, I want to take Jey, but all the backlash and stuff that's going on, I'm gonna be bold too. I'm gonna take Oba Femi. Fuck it. I'll take Oba Femi.
I just think Oba Femi winning is the boringest. It's even more boring than Jey, because then you run the risk of doing nothing with him. If you already put him up against Roman and Roman beats him, where do you go with Oba after that? How he can't be this unstoppable monster if Roman Reigns just.
Well, the whole fact is that he wins, but other tangibles happen that he doesn't fight. He doesn't fight the friggin' a Roman yet. Roman's like, all right, you want to fight me? You got to fight Jacob Fatu. You got to fight this guy. You got to fight that guy.
Well, he doesn't have to jump through hoops. He already won.
I know, but remember, goddamn Roman Reigns has friggin' Pierce in his pocket. Can change things up.
He's not going to change up the King of the Wing winner. Just like it's not going to happen.
I'm just saying. This could be a bit. We all expect
you'd have a bigger shitstorm than you did when Cody Rhodes was going to give his shit up to The Rock. If Oba Femi won King of the Ring, and they're like, we're not going to have that. We're going to take that away from you.
I'm just saying that there could be some freaking thing. That's why, I know Jey is the right pick, but you know what? I'm just going for it. Oba Femi. There could be some strange shit that happens, and Oba Femi wins.
All right.
And Roman and freaking Brock doesn't come out, and Brock comes out after the fact that he wins and gives him and then he has to concentrate on Brock before he fights Roman Reigns, because there's going to be something going on. I'm telling you, Roman Reigns is going to there's going to be some kind of dissension in the friggin' bloodline before Roman Reigns meets up with Oba Femi.
All I'm going to say is if you're going to have Oba Femi win, you better have him take that belt off of Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, because if you don't, you just effectively fucked Oba Femi. You lost
No, you don't. Remember,
you've got nowhere for him to go after that.
There's other places to go. He can still.
You're building him up to be a monster. If you have him lose to Roman Reigns now, you have effectively just thrown water all over all that.
You just can't have him go in and dominate and win everything and be that.
Sure, you can. You have him build up to Roman Reigns. You have him come through.
But then he wins the
everything
belt.
that Roman Reigns shows
the
at.
belt of him.
He has to. If you have Roman beat Oba, you wasted Oba.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't say that.
No, you don't. It's
Okay.
Exactly.
You tell me, after a loss to Roman Reigns, who is Oba go against? It's as big a spectacle right now as Oba unbeaten. You already had Oba beat Brock Lesnar in 5 minutes in WrestleMania. He already beat the Beast, and
So did
you
Roman
had
Reigns.
Brock come back and beat him after 7 F5s. So if you have Jey Uso beat Oba without the bloodline already coming out and him going through the bloodline and then Brock Lesnar to make it look like Oba's still a beast and lost.
But let me ask you a question. Remember you said that if Brock Lesnar fights Oba Femi, I'm telling you, 2-night event, SummerSlam. First night he fights Roman. Second night first night he fights Brock. Next he fights Roman next. So he retires Brock and then he fights Roman the second night. Brock, I'm telling you, that's why you have him win King of the Ring.
Nah,
I'm telling
that's
you,
just lazy.
Yeah.
Having Oba pull double duty is just lazy.
I don't know. I'm just saying, but that's what Triple H said. The biggest star out there. So
That's fine, but
so my pick is Oba Femi. I don't care.
that's fine. I don't care what your pick is. All right, how about that?
I don't care. There you go.
All right, moving on. Trick Williams versus Ricky Saints for the United States Championship. Jey Uso versus Oba Femi, King of the Ring tournament match, WWE Night of Champions. I picked Jey Uso win because Oba Femi, Crown King, and Cody Rhodes come out. Say Jey Uso fight Cody Rhodes at WWE SummerSlam.
Listen, you want me to go first with this?
Go ahead.
Trick is going to keep the belt due to the fact Carmelo Hayes is going to come out and interfere.
Nah, I think it's just he's going to win clean.
Over Ricky Saints? You
Oh
sure?
yeah.
But I know Trick is winning. Trick is going to keep it.
Go ahead, Eric. What do you think? You think Trick's winning?
Trick's winning. He's too hot right now. Just got married. Yeah, everything's looking all
Yeah,
good.
Lash is about to get that 9-month flu. What Stick said.
Yeah, I'm taking Trick as well. I think if Trick's going to lose the title, he's going to lose it at SummerSlam. Pete also is taking Trick Williams to retain, and Sticks as well.
I actually think Trick is going to fight Carmelo at SummerSlam.
Probably correct.
Yeah.
That's probably true.
Yep.
All right. Then we have our main event, Cody Rhodes versus Gunther versus Sammy in a triple threat match for the WWE Undisputed Championship. I'm going to go first. I'm going to take Crash Out Sammy to be crowned WWE Champion.
That's what I say
in
too.
Saudi Arabia. And I think they're going to try and give us Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso to work Sami Zayn back into that bloodline storyline since he is the honorary Uso. I think Sami Zayn takes that belt off Cody Rhodes. That's where I'm going.
Go ahead.
As I pick Trick Williams to win, beat Ricky Saints.
Cody Rhodes is going to win this one.
Cody Rhodes. Dom?
I say Sammy.
Dom said Sammy. Sticks also said Sammy. And Pete is going with Cody Rhodes to retain. You don't want to see him put the belt on Crash Out Sammy, huh, Eric?
I would love to, but
It's in Saudi Arabia.
it is. But I think they're going to save her Saudi Mania instead of Night of Champions.
Because there was a whole bunch of rumors floating around that Cody was going to lose the belt and then have a small stint fight with the Vision for some reason, and then move on to other things. Sammy, I see Sammy winning, and it changes the whole dynamic. So how about figuring Jay loses, right? Oba Femi wins, and then you get the bloodline trying to convince Oba Femi not to go after Roman, go after Sammy, and try to push that agenda. Because I don't know. We don't count out Gunther, but I don't want to see Gunther win again. If Gunther wins, I want to see him win later on. Just.
I see another 2-year run with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, please no.
Because think about it.
Cody needs a character revamp. Cody needs to
He's
go
a better
heel.
chaser than champion. That's all I'm going to say.
But he needs to go heel. And unfortunately, they have no other face to go after him. And how interesting would it be to have Sami Zayn win this title in Saudi Arabia and then Kevin Owens' music hits and Kevin Owens comes out and hits him with a pop-up powerbomb?
He'll be too busy doing the pre-show for Great American Bash.
Yep.
Hey, Isaac picks Cody Rhodes to win, beat Gunther and Sami. Listen, he can do the pre-show and still come back and pump up powerbomb Sami. Here's what I think is gonna win. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be something. I could see it being something ridiculous, or like Johnny Gargano, or he gets Candice LeRae like wheels Johnny Gargano down to the ringside during this match and rolls him in the ring to get him to try and do something, and like Gunther trips over. He like trips over Johnny Gargano, and then that's when Sami gets the roll up, and so Johnny helps Sami win the title. So Sami gives Johnny a title shot right off the bat. Like I could see absolutely something ridiculous like that happening. But that's just me. Sure. They're going somewhere with this Johnny Gargano, Sami Zayn thing.
I hope so.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe that could be. Anything's possible.
Dick says Gunther has definitely been turned down since his retirement matches. Wins via planking interference by Gargano. Yep, exactly. Some shenanigans.
He's been funny in the chat. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, he can't be funny on the show.
You can't be on the show.
I think it's that lag. He's got that lag, so he can't talk.
Why can't he be this funny on the friggin' when he's here?
But that's it. Those are our predictions for Night of Champions. Make sure to please join us Saturday for our Night of Champions watch party. And we're going to be doing that live, talking about the matches and going through everything. It's always a great time. We always love seeing people come out for our watch parties. It's always a good time. Anything else you guys want to touch on or talk about that happened this week, boys?
So someone at my job, I seen someone staying with us at my job, Nick Hogan, Hulk Hogan's son.
Did you walk up to him and go, "Who killed your dad, brother"?
No. Actually, they cleared that up. It was natural causes. That's all taken care of. But he's opening up a restaurant. So
that's all taken care of.
He's opening up a restaurant in the city. So
he's still opening up his dad's restaurant.
Yeah, so he's gonna do that. But is he still wrestling? Is he still?
I think he's training or wants to train to become a wrestler or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, so kind of cool. Just.
I hear there's some professional football players potentially staying at your hotel this weekend for the old Taylor Swift potential wedding.
Yeah, probably maybe. It's funny because Hulk Hogan did stay at the hotel years ago. Hulk Hogan, Brooke, and his wife and Nick, all of them stayed at the hotel one time.
Did you ask Nick to sign your Hulkamania thong?
No.
My
ass cheeks, so I can get a tattoo.
They were clapping, huh?
They were clapping.
Dom was all caked up for Nick Hogan.
Hey, Dom is not a Swiftie.
Dom loves Swifties.
Listen, I don't hate Taylor Swift. I just hate her husband to be.
What about you, Eric? Anything else you want to touch on? Any other goings on in professional wrestling you want to talk about this week?
It was pretty bare bones, to be honest.
It was pretty bare bones. That's a fair assessment. All right, well, I think that's going to be it for us this week. Please make sure to check us out Saturday for our Night of Champions watch along. We'll be live right when WWE goes live. giving you all that coverage of Night of Champions. If you want more from Doms and Stick, make sure to check them out tomorrow night over on Renovision on the Qualified. You can check out me, Doms and Stick, Saturday nights on SNS. You can check out Dom Sundays on Renovision on the Star Wars show. Of course, you can check us again out right back here next Thursday night for a brand new episode where we go over all the fallout from Night of Champions. Who will be champion? Who won't be champion? We're going to find out and so much more right back here next.
By the way, I'm sorry, I couldn't even talk. By the way, Qualified is off tomorrow. We don't have a show tomorrow.
Okay.
But SNS, you have an SNS show on Saturday, right?
Yes.
Because we're doing the watch along in the afternoon, and then all right. Cool.
I can't wait to see what you get put into this week. What about you, Eric? Go ahead and plug your stuff. Where can people find you, my friend?
People find me on the Twitters.
Trolling the Twitters, huh?
Yep. The Twitters, the YouTubes, and the Twitch, all at Firelord Sombra.
There you go. Support all of Eric's Twitch streams at Firelord Samba. He does good stuff over there. And so tune in next Thursday to see, does Eric keep his title? Do one of us dethrone him? Will Dom finally get back in the title picture? Will Styx ever win a title? We'll have the answers.
And by the way, Styx, you're not funny. I'm sorry. You're funny in the chat, but you're not funny in person.
We'll have the questions to all those answers and so much more right back here next Thursday night. Same off the mat time, same off the mat channel. Dom, take us home with some words of wisdom, my friend.
With the 4th of July approaching, the 250 year anniversary of America, just make sure you get your fireworks from good places, man. Like just south of the border, Pennsylvania. Because some areas you can't it's still illegal to bring in fireworks, right? I don't know, because in some areas, I know in Pennsylvania you can't bring it to New York City. Like if you come to New York City to bring fireworks from those places, but just be careful and get ready. Drink up. World Cup is coming to an end soon. You got that going on, so things are still brewing, and wrestling is all-time high with the Night of Champions this weekend, so it should be a fun weekend, and just be safe. And if you did fly to Saudi Arabia, safe travels. To see if you're that green shirt guy who gets to go to all the matches, safe travels, man. Out there, just everything, just a random bunch of shit that's thrown out there.
USA is in a barn burner right now with Turkey.
I gotta watch
2-2.
I gotta watch it. I watch the USA
in an absolute barn burner right now. But
don't pull a Jason Pierre-Paul. Just let you know.
Ooh. Yeah. And if you need some entertainment on the 4th of July because fireworks aren't enough for you, make sure to head down to Times Square where Dom will be standing in the middle of Times Square with a giant American flag, a case of real American beer, and showing it all in his